Welcome to What the Flick, Ben and Michelle. Better Call Saul, episode 8 of season 2, Fifi, the name of the plane. So what was happening there with the plane?
Oh, I'm guessing that's his new commercial coming out.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a fun scene.
I keep thinking we're going to get, it was great. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I just love this look when the guy was like, when the guy said something, when Fudge. His wife would send him fudge, and he'd give it to all the guys what they call him. I mean, there's something about him. So let's get to this, because Alonzo and I have argued about this, usually with you in the middle. So Jimmy crossed another line this week, right? I mean, changing the date to sabotage, to make the firm look as if they bungled the case and probably open them back up to go back to Kim. Yeah. Who I presume will find out about it and be done with Jimmy once and for all, since we know at some point that obviously happens, right? Since there's no Kim in Breaking Bad, there's no Kim in Jimmy's life during Breaking Bad. She's going somewhere, she's leaving town, she's dead,
I'm worried she's dead. I don't know why.
Or she's just like, no, never call me again, never contact me again. That's entirely possible. Yeah. It's a big enough city that you could avoid seeing someone. Since we didn't see Jimmy's private life much in Breaking Bad. Yeah. Right, it's possible they just dated, right. But I'm still on his side. I still like what he's doing. I mean, I would never do it, right? But there's still something about, no, you screwed my friend over. You don't even know that you did. And we're supposed to be on Chuck's side, and Michael McKean, so good this episode. I mean, oh my God, he's so good. But to see him sort of be like, hey, I hope you know, Jimmy, even though we have our differences, that if things were reversed, I'd do the same for you. I don't think he would.
No, not at all.
No
That's
chance.
Exactly what I said to Taylor. Yeah, so no way.
No way he would. So I'm not buying it. He stole it from Kim. He couldn't let Kim have one nice thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Jimmy's taking it back. Like, I got it. Jimmy's taking a risk because obviously he'd be disbarred. Yeah. Without any question if that were discovered, and probably you could get jail time, I imagine, for doing that.
If they could prove it.
If they could prove it.
If they could prove it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could, you were in a copy store. You were there in a copy store for 4 hours overnight, and he was at the house, right?
Yeah, I guess you could. It wasn't like he had the guy Xerox them, though. So I don't know if anyone else would have seen it. Like,
he might have covered his tracks perfectly. I get the feeling that the Post-it notes might doom him or something.
Totally.
But who knows what's gonna get him in trouble for that. Ultimately, you think it's not going to work out. That's not going to cause Mesa Verde to just go to Kim. It's not going to be like, oh, we've reconsidered. They bungled the case. Kim, we want you back. That's probably not going to happen.
No, it seems like the case he's trying to make for her is that, oh, it's not attention to detail because there's so many people. Right. I know what he was aiming at. There was a minute where I was like, is his strategy not just that, not to get the case bungled, but are these addresses or these things that will keep? Because I thought a couple of them, were they all dates?
I think it was just the address. So
I thought it was an address, so it gets mailed to the wrong place.
I think it was but I don't know. And people watching, will let us know in the comments, and then I subsequently won't read them, but you can tell me. Right after they call me a dirty Jew, you can tell me what the comment is.
Oh, believe me, I'm a woman. They have lots to say for me.
Every time I get, it's really helped me because in the last 6 months, Twitter has taken a turn negatively. Right? It's still mostly positive, but like I get more crap on Twitter than I used to, and it's like that. It's not fun to read terrible things about yourself, right? And
that's what mute's for.
And I'm reminded, I've never muted anybody, and I'm reminded, but I should, I just don't. But I'm reminded, like, oh, you just settle down. You're not a girl. Like, it's 50 billion times worse for you. So, I don't remember what I was going to say.
Let's talk about the open, though. Let's talk, what a crazy camera sequence that they opened this episode with. It was Breaking Bad. It was so Breaking Bad again.
At the border.
Yeah, at the border.
That's right. Yeah,
and we were trying to figure it out. It has to be a guy on a Steadicam that they put up on a crane that they then pulled down, and it was all one shot. It was incredible.
It was really, really well done. And I also wondered whether they probably can't shoot that at the border, right? You probably can't get permission to shoot at the border like that.
I don't know.
I mean, with all that, did they? Now maybe there's a couple. I don't know where that's obviously that's that part of the border, not California, obviously.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. Maybe. or they built
Or a
it.
toll,
I kept thinking,
or they built it.
Or they built it, and I was like, God, if you built it, it's really impressive.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But it could, I mean, old toll roads. I feel like there's certain things you could transform to look. And well, yeah, it's all in one place. It's not like they could have cut. That was a seamless shot. So.
Yeah, it was really good. It was good. It was good. I watched it twice.
I was like, okay, now it's Breaking Bad again. Like this is this whole drug, and he's been running these drugs for a while, but then that never came back in. Really, I mean, we know where it went to.
But then why did he? But we don't even know. Why did he get the gun?
Yeah.
And is the popsicle stick in the dirt? Is that just because he keeps going the gun and putting it back, or is that?
I think they were telling us how many drugs he had run.
Right.
That's all I took it.
Right. So it's not. That's what I thought too. But I thought maybe is it a signal? Do you put a new one in? Does
maybe.
that? I don't know.
Maybe.
But incredibly, obviously interesting, and now we're starting to see what would be the beginning of Mike's entry into this.
Yeah.
Because he's going to see an angle for himself, I presume, to assist in some way. But yeah, that was really good stuff. That was all really good stuff. I thought Chuck's, as I said, scene at work, like knowing that, even the way he walked down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then the collapse afterwards, and just that and not telling Howard, and Howard at first being like, Kim actually can't do better. It's a young person's game. Kim's on it. She knows, like, can't do better. You can't do better. I'm just wondering,
Let me throw out 50 different terms that I know that you don't know to scare the piss out of you to make you think.
Because Kim will be on, exactly.
Probably.
Right.
I'm one of those boring guys who reads this stuff for fun.
That's right.
I loved that. Yeah.
It was really, really great combination of acting and writing there. And obviously, and directing in that opening scene. I just don't know. I'm so on Jimmy's side in his manner of doing things, and I get it. It's deceitful and he's lying, but somehow, it's almost like the way the world should be, because he hasn't really hurt anybody. I'm sure I'm wrong on this. Who shouldn't be hurt? People get caught. There's collateral damage because if you don't want to play by his rules, like Kim, a couple times has been hurt by it, but partly out of her loyalty to him. I mean, if she didn't want to be affected by him in some ways, then at some point she would say,
enough's enough.
I'm done with you. I'm sorry. I'm done with you.
And I'm sure that's coming, but I have a feeling that it's going to come when he starts getting involved in these drug things, because that's coming.
I think that's going to be. Yes, I think that's going to be. I think they're going to break. I don't know. My hunch is they're going to break first, and then he's going to be like, all right.
That's his bottom out.
Right, and there's going to be some obviously deal where he gives up the name too. I mean, obviously we're waiting for that, and we got 2 episodes left this season to. I mean, for 2 years, the show's called Better Call Saul, and there's nobody named Saul.
No one named Saul, yeah.
It's so good.
That is, well, yeah, and maybe that's, all this stuff that he's just done, if there's a way to prove it, that would get you disbarred.
No question.
Maybe that's where that name changes. I'm really interested to see if that's the outcome of a deal that he has to make to keep practicing, or.
I don't know whether it looks like. I think that right now there's just 2 episodes left. That's it.
God. Where will we end? Where will this season end?
I don't know. Were we forgetting anything important in this episode?
I don't think so. I think Kim was amazing in her scene and her cold feet. I think it's understandable that she's getting cold feet by the end of the episode.
Rhea Seehorn is so good.
So good.
So good. And I actually met Michael McKean at TCM last week because he was there shooting something for TCM. And he was like praising her, like that they knew they had something particularly special there. But I thought in the dentist thing that she was going to pull out of the whole deal, because I thought she was going to be like, I'm about to get Mesa Verde. I can't look like this. I can't be in a dentist's office.
Yeah, right. I wondered that too.
Right, but that wasn't it.
No.
That wasn't it. And then Jimmy looks out for her, but his looks don't mean what you think they mean in TV. Like, he gives that look that you think he means we're in trouble. But it didn't. It meant I think it meant I'm going to fix this.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix this for her. And obviously, in the long run, he's not doing it already. He's right. His first advice was right. There'll be another client.
Yeah,
she'll be okay. She lost a big client. It's a bad way to start, but changing the address to get the client back is not.
No, not the way to do it.
Right solution, but I admire it. I really admire it.
And she's such a good hustler. We saw her do it before. I just think she could do so well in private practice.
No question. Of course she could. Yeah. What's the last thing? What is Jonathan Banks doing with the hose?
Okay, I was thinking about this. I was like, it could be a thing to blow out tires. Like,
right.
That's
sure.
Or some kind of weapon, which I really don't even want to.
Not for the gardenias.
No, unquestionably not. But what is he about to do?
What is he about to do? What is he about to do? Anyway,
I can't tell if he's going to try to help that business or to hamstring the business to get money, but that seems riskier than what he's willing to do.
No, I think he's sort of. I think he's going to come to them with a proposition.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come to them with a proposition that makes him, that has them hire him because he wants money for his daughter-in-law and granddaughter.
Just how that involves, like, spiked whatever he is going to blow out with those. Or, God, I hope that's not for a person. I do not want to watch this thing. It's too much.
All right, good stuff, Michelle. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next week.